This echoed Isaac's blessing of Jacob when Isaac's own vision was failing, but this time there was no trickery. Ephraim and Manasseh's adoption was profoundly important. First, Joseph got a double inheritance, the privilege of the firstborn. Next, two boys half Egyptian by birth, with an Egyptian mother, became tribal patriarchs like their uncles born in Canaan. This also showed Jacob's special affection for Joseph. By elevating his sons, Jacob honored Joseph without stirring the old rivalry among his brothers. Theologically, Ephraim and Manasseh were now part of the same covenant God gave Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They weren't merely biological descendants, they were direct spiritual heirs. For these young men who grew up in Egypt, this act formally rooted them in their Hebrew heritage and the legacy of faith. Historically, the impact was lasting. Instead of a single tribe of Joseph, there were two tribes, Ephraim and Manasseh, literally fulfilling Jacob's saying that Joseph would be a fruitful branch. After adopting Joseph's sons, Jacob prepared to bless them. Joseph arranged Manasseh, the elder, on Jacob's right, and Ephraim, the younger, on his left, to follow the usual order of blessing. But Jacob crossed his arms, laying his right hand on Ephraim and his left on Manasseh, reversing their positions. Joseph assumed his father was confused, trying to move his hands. "Not this way, my father. This one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head." But Jacob stood firm. "I know, my son, I know. He too will become a people, and he too will be great. However, his younger brother will be greater than he, and his descendants will become a multitude of nations." This reversal matched a pattern in Scripture where God often chooses the younger over the elder, defying custom.